ABC News' Karen Travers live outside the White House for us. Karen, you know, for months, President Biden and the White House have been trying to frame this election as a fight for the future of democracy. Is that what's going to rally votes in a time when inflation is just killing us?
Yeah, I mean, Kira, you see the polls, and we heard Cecilia mentioning it there. The economy and inflation are the top issues that voters say that they are concerned about right now. That is what is driving votes, and that's Republicans and Democrats. You know, I was outside Pennsylvania, outside Philadelphia last week, and independents, Republicans, and Democrats were all saying that is the key issue that they are voting on. And some were saying they're still voting for Democrats, even if that is the thing that they're worried about right now. But you're not hearing them talk about threats to democracy. But still, the White House said it was an important speech for the president to give because he thinks this is something that needs to be underlined. It's something important for voters to think about as they're heading to the polls next week. But it is certainly something that you're just not seeing show up at the top of voters' minds when they're asked about what is driving their decisions right now.
So Cecilia just touched on how Republicans are reacting to the president's speech. What more can you tell us this afternoon?
Yeah, they're saying that this is off the mark right now, that this is Joe Biden and Democrats not paying attention to what voters care about. You had Kevin McCarthy, who's the House Minority Leader, potentially could be taking over if Republicans take control of Congress. He said that, you know, President Biden's trying to divide and deflect at a time when America needs to unite, that he can't talk about his own policies that have driven up the cost of living. McCarthy says the American people aren't buying it. Now, we'll see next week if they are buying it, but certainly the polls are showing that they want to hear about other things. They're worried about kitchen table issues. They're worried about pocketbook issues. But the White House, this president also feels that Americans can talk about more things. They can also talk about this and that they need to hear this message too.
All right, former President Obama, as we also saw, was in Arizona actually last night addressing those election deniers. Let's take a listen.
And if you've got election deniers serving as your governor, as your senator, as your secretary of state, as your attorney general, then democracy as we know it may not survive in Arizona. That's not an exaggeration. That is a fact.
Let's talk about what's at stake for Democrats in Arizona. And can Obama's presence, his strong words there, do anything about it, Karen?
Yeah, they are really hoping that President Obama can be somewhat of a closer in some of these close states. He has been out on the campaign trail, really campaigning hard, and he's been bringing out crowds. You had thousands of people out there in Arizona waiting in line for hours to see the former president, and as you saw there in that clip, he can really deliver a fiery speech still. So they're hoping that he can give a little bit of extra oomph to Democrats right now and get candidates like Mark Kelly and Katie Hobbs across the finish line in those very tight Senate and gubernatorial races in Arizona. But that message that he was doing out there in Arizona, Kira, very specific to the candidates there, saying that they're election deniers, underlining what the President Biden was saying last night, but saying that this is really critical because if you get people in who are going to question the results of elections, they've done it already in the past. What will it mean for elections going forward? That this is not just about those pocketbook issues that we're talking about, that the future of the stake of future elections is on the ballot in places like Arizona.
All right, Karen Travers there at the White House for us. Karen, thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.